Good afternoon, everybody. It's May 4th, Thursday. I'm an associate member of T3 Trading Group, which is an SEC registered broker-dealer and member of FINRA SIPC. All of my trades are placed through T3 Trading Group. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your own financial condition. Position to I got Carvana on here because I bought it after hours on that profitability headline. Good call getting that headline out on the way up. They could squeeze the absolute heck out of this thing if they want to. You got a big level up here at $10 that they haven't even started to test yet, but this thing could get above $10. It's already up 23% after hours. But if they could get this thing above $10, I mean, I just think that profitability headline is massive. Talking about the company going bankrupt. Let me see if I can even find that. Carvana expects to achieve positive adjusted EBITDA in the second quarter. That seems huge to me. Somebody let me know if I'm missing something. Revenue beat as well. We had a bunch of earnings. Used vehicle unit sales came in ahead of expectations. I guess that's good. I wasn't planning on trading anything except for Apple after hours today. But I mean, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I'm lagging again right now on my internet. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's annoying. Come on. DraftKings. So why am I lagging? I really needed to restart my computer after yesterday's afternoon meeting, and you know I didn't do it. I keep like 500 tabs open. And the most annoying thing is to have to re-find all those tabs if you shut your computer down. It makes me lazy. I'm sure one of you guys have a hack for that. Yeah, I really need to shut down. It's just a headache. We'll see if I'm continuing to lag or not. So if you use Google Chrome, leave it open when you shut down. It should open your tabs. I do. It's primarily what I use. Yeah, and I definitely haven't been streaming my face for that reason. Sorry, I just got to fix something. 170.65. Apple's already beginning to uptick a little bit, which obviously means nothing. Alright, Apple's going to be reporting at 4:30. That gives me 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to do a solid afternoon meeting today. There was so much to talk about. Thanks, Mike Reed. I took that from Denver Steve. Can Tim Apple save the market? It just cracks me up every time seeing Tim Apple. These Wall Street meme people are so ridiculous sometimes. Today was a really interesting day, and unfortunately I don't have a lot of time to talk about it. I actually typically or very regularly cancel the afternoon meeting entirely when Apple reports because I like to focus on it, though they don't report till 4:30, so I try to do shorter meetings, but then I started trading Carvana after hours, so I'm running late, so I'll just do what I can do and probably will not do any sort of Q&A today. Carvana Class A loss per share is $1.51. Estimated loss is $1.96. It's a pretty big beat. It's still incredible that these companies can lose that much per share, but it's also a pretty big beat. And I thought that the profitability headline was huge. I mean, it just goes back. I immediately think of Uber's move on earnings the other day when they announced their expected profitability timeline. Meanwhile, we have Lyft getting totally smoked after hours. It looks like a really garbage report. I just don't think that there's room for both of these companies to exist, and Uber is very clearly the leader. I remember thinking that when I got stopped out of Lyft on a really big short for a really nice loss in the low 60s back in March of 2021, but that's when nothing actually made sense. What's DraftKings doing after hours? DraftKings has just been a beast recently. Stock has been an absolute beast since this bottom down here at 11. I caught this move, but I've been out since like 15 or 16 or something on the way up. Pretty sick. Yeah, so obviously really big day for the market today, between it being the day after the Fed. The measured move for Apple $7. Between it being the day after the Fed and also the banking crisis that started after hours yesterday when Pat was trying to give his interview in peace. Just yeah, pretty insane how that entire thing was playing out. So, like I said in the morning meeting, I expected us to be gapping down really big this morning because Apple was getting smoked after hours off of the Qualcomm report. And sorry, give me 1 second. This panel's positive. Oh, they're starting to really hit that Carvana back down. Yeah, Apple is getting beat up on the Qualcomm guidance, and these regional banks look like they were all going to zero. So I expected to wake up to a bloodbath, and I was really surprised when I first logged in that the market was actually. And then, wow, they're hitting this thing all the way back down. And then shortly thereafter, the market bled down to red, but it never got too insane. And the intraday price action was actually really interesting today. So we spoke about how pretty often after a Fed day is a trend day, regular occurrence. We did not see that today. You can look at the 5-minute chart of the SPYs that I have up right now. We absolutely did not see that. But it was interesting because it seemed to me like the market and a lot of things actually really wanted to move higher today, but they were being pushed lower because KRE was absolutely falling out the bed, and you had that WAL. Just can't get charts up yet. I'm so slow. I gotta restart this computer. I think what I'm going to end up doing in 5 minutes here, and I'm really sorry for all the distractions, is I'm going to turn off the YouTube, and I'll leave on the VTF for a little while when Apple first reports and see if that makes me a little bit faster. I think it probably will. Just kind of can't handle both right now. But KRE just getting absolutely destroyed. That whole event with that WAL was just like really insane. The way that they sold that and bought it back up. This is crazy. The way that they sold that and what that thing was able to come in off of lows a little bit, but it was just it was just completely crazy, and it led to this interesting market dynamic. We had like growth acting really strong, big tech more or less not doing anything, seeming like they were waiting for Apple, and financials getting absolutely destroyed. So you had like this IWM, and how did we close an IWM? But certainly not, not exactly great, and like always was acting relatively weak to the Qs and these bounces, and the Qs weren't able to give any follow through. So definitely a interesting day. I'm continuing to stay away from these regionals. I don't have anything new to say about it that I haven't said already. I just don't want to be involved in them from a risk reward perspective. Yeah, I don't really have too much to talk about. I don't really want to go over any individual names just because I don't have time. I would just say that the list this morning was excellent. The list that we were looking at for some of these earnings names was pretty much incredible across the board. We talked about, all of a sudden my internet's acting better. Shopify, like 54 to 55, if anybody caught that off the open. We talked about Shake Shack, 57.50 to 58 on that breakout, which is pretty solid. We talked about this Wayfair, which gave a great momentum move and then did break that opening low, but that Wayfair move was excellent this morning. The one that I was involved in was this Lemonade, which was just also sick. Lemonade was a pretty good report there. 12 was the important spot I wanted to pay attention to. I bought some stock. I got $12.76 is my price. The low was $12.74, and I think I got filled there twice, which is pretty good, pretty lucky if we're being honest. And this thing was just an absolute monster. I liquidated my position into 14 because the extension was just getting so silly, and it did follow through to 1440 before kind of moving sideways. It was really interesting that, especially if you're looking at this Carvana after hours right now, though Carvana's only up 12% right now, it seems like the market was falling apart, yet there was a big short squeeze happening at the same time. If you looked at how a lot of growth was trading, ARK was like the strongest ETF out there. And I like to look at ARK, not necessarily because I'm a fan of Cathie Wood or anything like that. I just like to pay attention to it because of it's just a good proxy for looking at growth. All right, well, we got 3 minutes to the report. My internet did speed up a little bit, so maybe I'll try to keep the YouTube on for the moment. But if I might just end up shutting that down all of a sudden, all at once. If I'm being too slow and I need to try to get some speed. But I'll stay on here. I might not say too much, to be honest, just because I'm going to be focused on Apple, and I'm holding a position into it, and I need to manage that position. And I got bids out down very, very far in this thing, and offers up very, very far on this thing. I'm not coming into it super heavy though, because there's been such a big move into this report that I've taken some stock off. We should be seeing it in 2.5 minutes here. You know what, I'm lagging again. I'm turning off the YouTube. Sorry for anyone who's on YouTube. I'll stay on the VTF. Have a great evening for anyone.